G'day everyone, Jumbuck at work here, and today it's time to go wild. We are the Barbarians, a faction of violent madmen who can sometimes turn into bears and summon ghosts of their ancestors to join in the brawl. We can also make contact with the Amazonians, who can get tatted up to gain powerful buffs. We start off here with very little. We can put together some cavalry units and send them off to find the rest of the continent, and our other guys can show up to start killing. It seems like we have a very interesting spawn here. Still, we'll need some money first before anything else, so we'll run our cavalry down the bridge so we can tax it. We then take a quick peek across the river to see what's over there and even take another village or two. Our cavalry are quickly clearing them out for the payday, while our infantry force walk up and just clobber them. Now, I'll use this time to move my army closer to home and check out the rest of the coast. We also get a chance to hire the Onyx Priestess, an Amazonian who will give us the ability to collect herbs and recruit random women. She also has some rituals that lets us use magical war paint to buff the Amazonians. Effectively, we're just going to feed them crayons until they get stronger. Still, before we can think about painting, we'll need to hire them first, so we're focused on the grind for some gold while we're clearing out our section of the map. We have some libraries here, but our barbarians are too dumb to read, and I don't want to lose too many guys this early, so we'll just go and pick herbs or attack farms instead. Especially when they're this poorly defended. We're lucky as we get another Amazon priestess, this time from the Garnet tribe. Now she'll have a similar ability but with a different buff. Though soon, we get a new opportunity. Now you've heard of werewolves, and you know about a werehouse. Well, this here is a werebear, a big tanky bastard with health regen who will be very good for us. A few months later we'll also get a Jade Priestess and a set of Amazons to follow her. Now during all this recruitment we'll find a town held by the Illusionists, and they have a soldier mirror that can spare material units to fight us. We don't really have any way to deal with that, so we'll just leave them be and hope someone else deals with them. Instead, we can focus on growing our army, fighting the local wildlife, and picking flowers. Now we're going to take a look at our Onyx Priestess here and make her paint a badger design. We'll still need to spend herbs to paint our units later, so for now we'll just leave the fighting to the main army. We could really use this iron, and these random Bakemono units aren't really going to hold on to it for too long, and we can also take over a village over here that's being run by a group of spiders. With everything going smoothly, we prep our new army made up of various Amazonians and werebears. They'll come over to help, and as they do, we pick up a spirit guide to watch over our base instead. While he's there, he can smoke some of those herbs and teach us how to summon ghosts, one of which even has the ability to lead armies. Now let's see the Amazons in action as we throw everyone into this random market village. Most of our front line is still made up of barbarians and werebears who just tear into the swordsmen with ease. The Amazons at the end of our lines are taking a few losses, but we still have enough men to easily outnumber and overrun them to take the village. Now there's still plenty more painting left to do before they reach their full power. I guess we can follow this up by attacking some towers, and we'll move into their gates. They shoot arrows at us, but we do get some magic from the priestesses to attack the defenders, slowly killing them as our bears trying to figure out how doors work. We rip it off the hinges and allow us to enter the tower, killing the remaining units. Now let's take back some of the villages we've lost, and you know what, we'll even bring in our ghost cavalry. It goes as expected, and our force easily overpowers theirs as we chase them down in a bloodthirsty rage. We also get informed that the illusionist has been killed by a necromancer, which could be good news for us. This town we gave up on earlier is either going to be empty or filled with zombies. We can check and, oh, it's empty and surrounded by fish people. Well, let's take that for now, and I don't expect to get away with this forever, so let's learn a new ritual, and it's a totem pole carving. Decent for defense, but not quite what we want. Still, looks like we're going to get left alone for a little bit. Now we have a small army with some ghosts, and I think we might be able to take this mine. In fact, you know what, I'm so confident I'll even take this one as well. Our small army will rush in, and the troll shows that he means business. Unfortunately, his goblins weren't much help, and he's soon getting jumped by a bunch of cavalry. He does kill a few of us, but we keep cutting him down, and will eventually take the mine. This gives me some confidence for our second battle with our main army, as we massively outnumber them. Plus, the magic we have helps offset their regen, allowing us to kill them even faster. Their health falls and they have no hope of defending themselves, we're just going to be able to take some more iron. I feel like we can go on a little bit of a spree with our next target being this gem deposit. It's only a weak little army, but honestly, I'm surprised they died before our front lines even had a chance to clash. Now, we have a shot here to buy an Amazon sorceress who has a special level 2 tattoo. This can give us even greater buffs. Still, we'll need time to set that up so I can go kill fish people and summon an ancestral hero to help back us up before we move into cultist lands. Now, there's just 3 guys holding a tower here against our army and they don't have much hope. Our magic brings fear into their hearts before our ancestors phase through the walls as they just run around in fear. The cult forces will flee from us, but we track down their squids, and the continent gets covered in a mysterious fog. Their 3 Crayons are violently bludgeoned to death by our cavalry, who charge in with some magical support, and the bears do help finish off the last one, getting a taste of some calamari. We'll keep on wandering through the mist and looking for a good fight, but we only find these small cultist armies who are quickly annihilated, and it's only going to get worse for them. We now have some new designs ready and can resume painting our army. It's done in lots of 5 and applies any current or future buffs we get, but for now it's just a boost to morale, poison and magic resistance, as well as a health boost. Now this paint is limited to just Amazons, but it can go a long way in making them some of our strongest units. Let's see how the upgrades perform. The cultists have some soldiers and we're ready to kill them off, though honestly we don't get much of a showing as our cavalry and bears do a good enough job to kill them off. Though we do get a wild bear attack and see some of the Onyx Amazons are able to fend it off. Though I don't think these ones were upgraded, they're just all natty. We do have a small force led by a Jade Amazon who can start another fight. Our units are just so damn powerful, and that's another easy steamroll as we pelt them with arrows before impaling them on our spears. We now get a major upgrade with the Hydra tattoo, which buffs all of our units with a 5% health regen. Now I'm going to send this army into the woods to get more herbs to paint as we attack a major cultist army. We clash head to head, fish to bear, and we are doing well. We cut down their deep ones as our archers and mages fire shots into the army, while our werebears and Amazons are regenerating any lost health as we prepare for a long drawn out battle. We do start taking some losses, but ultimately we're standing tall. We can chase down these mutilated fish sticks and it deals a devastating blow to their force. We now return to collecting herbs, and that's Beholder. I don't really want to mess with it, so let's just hope he's chill about us picking flowers. I'm going to be more focused on cleaning up the cultists and wiping out from wherever they're hiding. Still, I want to be able to hold the forest, so I'll hunt the wildlife a little bit, and I accidentally sent an army into the Beholder. You know what, I'm sure it'll be fine. I bet he's just going to do some flashy magic that doesn't do much, and then we can just poke him in the eyes, and you know what, I kind of felt like we had a lot more units when I started this sentence. Okay, I guess that the forest is going to be a no-go zone, but like for real this time. Well, this won't help against beholders, but we do have a skull tattoo which adds slashing and piercing resistance to our units. This results in us having just an absolutely insane army that can walk through almost anything. The Amazons are taking volleys of crossbow fire to the face and are just casually brushing it off. It takes some pretty bad luck for any of our units to die, and it doesn't get any better for the defenders once we reach melee. This is kind of like banging your head against a brick wall, except that brick wall is getting annoyed and is going to stab you. But at this point, we're sort of absurd. We now gain the Pegasus tattoo, which gives us extra move speed to chase down armies in the snow, and this is going to be devastating for them. They have absolutely no hope, as they're either going to get killed by the Amazons or eaten by werebears. I do not blame them for running, but I do blame them for fighting us in the first place. We can now start exploring the unknown, and ooh, that's the capital. We can take that when we're ready, but first I want to find the cultist base. Instead, we find a new purple faction, the Enchanters. They're gonna be fun. Oh no. They're attacking us with a wall of golems backed up with just a sea of living bows, and we're in a rough spot here as our cavalry are reduced to glue. I guess this counts as a new goal as the cultists end up getting killed by some rando. Still, with them gone, we do have our spare army and can attack the capital by starting in the slums. We have no siege equipment because the only war machines we need to break down these gates are our Amazons. They are unfazed by the incoming crossbow fire, and our archers return hot shots from the back line. We get into a fight with the halberdiers, but they are no match for us whatsoever, and get slaughtered by our superior strength. This process is basically repeated in the trade district, as our unbeatable and uncaring army knock down the doors and kick the ass of every loser that hoped they had a chance of holding. With that, we have now been able to take control of half the capital. Next up is the temple district, where we run into a bit of a problem. Repeated mass conversions are doing an absolute number on this army as the Amazons turn against each other. We are losing so many people to this, and we haven't even made it inside the base. Not that I think we ever will, as we start falling to our own units. This kinda sucks for us, but I guess we can sorta now just focus back on the enchanter. He has left the city almost completely undefended, so that's gonna be ours now. The lone gargoyle did not hold, and we spent more time buffing ourselves than we did fighting. We'll keep painting the new recruits to keep us strong as we prepare another siege. Now they have a ballista at the ready with swarms of living bows, but we are still mostly unfazed. Our Amazons and werebears are just too tough for this to mean anything, so we walk in a straight line, open up the gates, and start snapping their weapons in half. They also have another army out in the hills, but again they're lacking firepower to do any major damage to us as we just tank shot after shot. Meanwhile, getting close is an instant death sentence for them as we walk through their army line by line. Now we have another tool here at our disposal, the Spirit Guide. He is ready to use a ritual of grand mastery, but he needs an ancient forest. There's a spare one next to the capital, so we don't need to deal with the beholder, and here we can perform the ritual to unlock Army of Legends. We collect the herbs needed and call upon our ancestors for another battle. The ghosts of our forefathers appear, and they're ready to make a final push. We attack the capital, and they are happy to open the gates for us in a massive fight. Though it looks like our ancestors are just happy to take a back seat on this one. They sit down and watch as our bears and Amazons just deal with all of it. Honestly, I thought spending 2,000 herbs for these guys they might have done something, but they're happy to just chill out. Well, it's not like we really needed help as we make consistent progress barreling through the capital's defenses, killing everyone in our way without hesitation. I'm proud of this army, and I think it's about time for them to bring this to a close. The enchanter has their massive army holed up in the mines, but we are here to reclaim it. Both armies are made up of extremely powerful and resilient units. The only advantage we have is regeneration. The longer this battle goes, the more we heal, as both sides are going to have to grind each other down. Their golems have an insane health pool that we're going to need to break through, and what makes it harder is just the damage. They have the capability to one-shot our Amazons, forcing us to send up more units to replace the fallen. We're trading their lives for results as we eventually see that there may just be a light at the end of this tunnel. Their golems slowly begin to crumble, and we still have plenty of soldiers to spare. As they fall, we can move into their infantry, and they just can't hold up for much longer. Soon their entire army falls to pieces as we pick away at the weaker units. Once their last man falls, we're in the clear. That was the most dangerous battle so far. We lost almost 100 units against the enchanter. It was a massive loss, but there shouldn't be any more threats. One of our side armies attacks an enchanter captain and mercilessly cuts down him and his men. They start fleeing, but we leave no survivors, and that was it. Their final commander has fallen, and Elysium is ours. Well, I guess the church can keep the temple district, and the beholder is still a bit of a nuisance, but, like, the rest of it's mine. Damn, you can actually see how much we lost from that battle. But yeah, this was a surprisingly fun class. The werebears and Amazons went absolutely crazy, and if you enjoyed this, then like and sub if you're not. I hope to see you all next time, and I hope you have a good one.